fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run in your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. We host Dice Man. All right, this one got a question. Something I had mentioned on Facebook. If anybody follows on Facebook, I was hoping to get a little bit of more feedback or whatever on it. But oh well, it is what it is. Start out, get all the stuff out the way, then we'll get it running. First of all, I want to shout out to all the crew member, Patreon members. Appreciate y'all. We have Z Palmer. We have JoJo, of course, our friend from down under. We have Kaylee Norris. We have Natasha from Washington. And Melissa H. We appreciate y'all so much. Of course, I redid the crew mugs. Y'all need to go look. Let me know which ones y'all want, and I'll get them mailed out to you. Go like and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, hit the bells for notification. You'll know when I go live. If you're on Apple and you think I deserve it, go hit a 5-star. Write a review. I'll shout it out. Spotify, I don't think you can leave a review, just some stars or something like that. We also have the private Facebook group, Motor Cop Clubhouse. Clubhouse is 2 separate words. Go answer some questions. You can join it up. It's free. And go check out merchandise and on the Etsy store, the Motor Cop Chronicles Etsy store, T-shirts and stuff like that of the merch. And if you are a cigar smoker, go to mypatriotcigar.com, mypatriotcigar.com, and if you use the promo code MotorCop15, you'll get 15% off. So free shipping on our orders of $100. They're aged cigars, hand rolled. It's not the cheap Swiss or Sweets or nothing like that. It's good premium cigars. But if you go there and use MotorCop15 promo code, you'll get 15% off. The U.S. owned business, local business guy, the Great Divide podcast also. Go check them out over there if you want to listen to some political stuff. I do. I enjoy them. All right, back to the regular, what I was going to say. The other night, last night, what made me get thinking about this was we were at Fluffy's house. One of the firefighters from the Guggen Squad episodes, if y'all listen to it. He's also dating my stepdaughter. So we were at his house to watch the LSU football game. I just went out kind of to hang out and stuff like that. As y'all should know, I'm not a big football person. I could care less if they win or lose. So it doesn't affect my life. But anyway, getting off topic. While we were there, I don't know if civilians and stuff know, I guess it's all over the United States, but it's called Active 911 system stuff. And basically it's an app you can download. You have to be person that's over had to authorize you to use it and stuff like that. And anyway, I have it from out where I work. I turned it off from when I was on uniform patrol because that shit goes off all the time. Anyway, what it was basically, somebody calls 911 and they start dispatching it, the information comes across your phone, like in a text message type thing. Anyway, called Active 911. Well, Fluffy has this. He lives in a subdivision. Excuse me. I don't mean to be yawning on y'all. But anyway, it was during halftime. I guess his Active 911 come off. They had a crash in his neighborhood involving an ATV, a side-by-side. They had no report on how many injuries or anything else, how bad it was. So anyway, we ended up getting his I mean, we all know he's a full-time firefighter, part-time firefighter in this district where he lives at also. So we get in his truck. I mean, it's like right around the block from where he lives. So we go over there. We're come to find out there's not really no injuries. It was like I said, side by side. Somebody was hauling ass through the subdivision, lost it, flipped it, rolled it, hit a privacy fence, and ended up laying. It was still on its side, but no injuries, nothing like that. So then we just go back, but my point is of bringing this up was my stepdaughter was like, why you got, not talking to me, talking to Fluffy, but why you gotta go? You're not on duty, you're off, and blah blah blah. And I'm like we're kind of never off, It's like you hear that stuff and you have to go. So it made me start thinking. I mean, we all know, y'all hear me talk about it and stuff like that. I'm only about what I can give you the exact time. Actually, let's look at it. Three years, 2 months, and 12 days, and 3 hours, 35 minutes till I can retire with 30 years. And I look forward to it, but I also don't look forward to it. So my question is, when we were talking about it, trying to explain it to my stepdaughter, it's like you're always on duty. Now I'm talking from, what I talk about, it's only from my experience. I can't speak for any other first responders or, anything like that. And from stuff I've seen also. But my question is because when you're a first responder, you're always a first responder. This is fireman, police, first responder. How do you turn it off? How do you turn it off? Because even when you're at home and you're off duty, you're never off duty. You're shopping at Walmart, and you're walking your dog in the park or whatever. You see something happening or somebody needs help. I mean, you have to go and do the best you can to your ability to try to help the situation. It's just like ingrained in you. How do you turn it off? I put that question out on Facebook on both pages, the Motor Cop and my personal one. One person said something. Well, I'm sorry, two. But the first one, I'm not going to say his last name. Y'all go on Facebook and look it up if you want. Anyway, Forrest, I know him. We went to school together. He retired out of the Marine Corps. He got out of the Marine Corps, worked a stint with the sheriff's office, and, he's out. And I forget. I ran into him not long ago, and he told me what he was doing. I apologize. I forget, but if he's listening, but he made a comment. He just tries to keep him out of situations that puts him, or areas or something that puts him in around stupid people, basically, that will put him in a situation where he needs to feel like it. But I mean, sometimes you can't help it. Another personal errand from I had to say a podcast put on there, put day drinking with a question mark. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that would help. But I mean, it could also make you turn into an alcoholic too if you're not too careful with it, right? But no, seriously, question now. I'm like, I wonder, how do you turn it off? Where's the switch? What do you do? I mean, I'm getting close to that point, and it crosses my mind quite often. Okay, looking forward to retirement, but I'm not looking forward to it. I know plenty of guys that's retired, and it seems like I don't want to be one of them guys that retire and then comes back doing the same thing, doing part time. You know, I mean, nothing wrong with it. So, like I said, I'm talking from a law enforcement perspective. How do you turn it off? I mean, I know a lot of guys. I guess they couldn't. They come back part time. The ticket master, he just come back part time doing not patrol work, but he's in the uniform again. He's got a gun on his hip. I know plenty of guys. I mean, fuck, they retire and 2 weeks later you see them back and like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm part-time gig. And it's like, is it because they can't turn it off? Can you stop being that first responder? Do you feel like I've mentioned before in another one? I mean, when I was transitioning between jobs, when I, wasn't in law enforcement, it was like a 2 or 3 week period. I mean, I didn't feel like myself. Is that's going to happen when I retire? I need to try to figure out, how do you turn it off? I believe most first responders, like I said, all first responders, not all of them, but most of them, I was told this in academy, basically, when I went through, by a lead instructor, female. She says, I can train you on all the procedures and the stuff I need you. She says, but I can't make you into a cop. He says, you're either born to be a cop or you're not. She said, out of all the training in the world, she says, y'all people will be weeded out. They won't last. And I've seen it happen. I've seen some people come out of the corrections part of it, can't wait to get on the street. Can't wait. Then next thing you know, they back up in the jail. They didn't want no part of the street because it's a different animal. As much as I can bitch and complain about it, I mean, like I said, I don't want to have to go back part time to try to fulfill some hole having, inside of me. So, like I said, it's getting closer. Hopefully I'll figure it out by the time it happens. But it's like, how do you turn off that part of you? The gang retired guys out there, or guys, all these guys, some of these guys that quit, you've heard me talk about them. I mean, some of them, these guys that quit, they're caught 4, 5, 6 years, whatever, and they quit. And they seem like, are they okay with it? Do they feel empty? Are they missing something in their life? I mean, me personally, my opinion is if they don't feel like they're missing it or feel some kind of emptiness, were they really a true ever or first responder, or they thought they were? I mean, I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm just saying, I wonder, or did they figure out how to turn it off? I've talked about it before. I mean, guys have left law enforcement to go into jobs in, these chemical plants and, stuff we have around here that, making way more money than what they were doing in law enforcement for 6 months to a year later, sometimes a little bit longer, but they all come back. The majority of them come back. We put it that way, the majority of them do. I mean, They said they just couldn't do it. It wasn't them. So, if anybody out there knows, has a suggestion, I would highly appreciate it before I get to my 3 year, 2 month mark. Like I said, I've been doing, I've been in law enforcement by the time I retired for 30 years. I've been doing it for 27 years. Over half my life. So when I retire and become a retired cop, how do you turn that part off of you? Do other professions have this problem that are non-public servant? Is it like that for politicians? I mean, what is it? Bankers. How you do? How do I turn off being a banker? I don't know. I don't see it. It's like, how do I turn off being a first responder? How do I turn off being a cop when I'm not a cop no more? I don't know. It's just something that was on my mind that got brought up. Like I said, I was hoping some more interaction, but like I said, it's no big deal. It's a question. If any of y'all listen out there, have any suggestions, have different opinions on it, maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know, email me from Facebook, whatever, hit the DMs. You ain't got to put, you don't have to put nothing where anybody else can see it. You write an email, and you don't want me, I won't mention who you are. If y'all, tell me if you're retired or whatever, you got out of it, tell me how do you feel? How does it make you feel? Like I said, how'd you turn it off? Or do you still just miss it every day? I had an old supervisor. He retired. Well, he's a part-time detective at a local PD. And I'm kind of glad that happened to him because I ran into him before he did that. And he looked so bad. I was like, this dude's going to die. He's just going to die. Since he went back part-time. Say it's part-time. They say they're damn near full-time. But he looks much better. Other guys, like I said, there's more guys I know that have retired and come back. I know guys that were going for 4 or 5 years, come back part-time. Because I don't know, can you not stop it? Is it like a curse? Is it a, I can't say a benefit. Is it one of the hazards of the job, the profession that we were born into doing, that we have a calling to do? So if you're called to do it, to be a first responder, that's what you're going to do till they put you in the ground. Is there no turning it off? Once that switch gets turned on, that's it. You just go until you can't go no more. I don't know. It's a question. I know this ain't the usual episode I put out. But I'm not all cussing and screaming all the time either. I do have some thoughts, even though I don't come across that way, I know. I probably come across as the hothead, crazy cop or whatever, but most of the time, I like to joke around and try to make everybody laugh and stuff like that, but actually I do have a serious side to me. It just don't come out that often. As I said, there's enough seriousness in the world. I just want to try to make people smile every now and then. I don't know if it works or not. I hope it does. But like I said, I hope somebody emails if anybody has any thought. How do you turn it off? I hope somebody, if not, I guess I'm screwed. When I retire, I'll end up going back part-time somewhere. in the way that today's world is, like I said before, I'm a dinosaur cop. That's what's got me worried. Cause I was thinking about doing 33, 34 years, something like that. But what's got me worried is I'm a dinosaur cop. What do I mean by that? Is I learned how to police the old school way. And unfortunately, this new woke world we live in, my ways end up getting you on the news or something, even you could be completely right. Nowadays, it's a new, softer, gentler hugs and kisses police, and I'm just not that. That's not the way I was built. I'm not gonna beg somebody for 10 minutes for them to please get out of the car or open the door. I'm going to give you a very short time, and if you refuse their actions, I'm going to break the window out and pull you out the car. You're not supposed to basically do that anymore. So I don't want to end up being like I said, a news article on CNN or some crap like that. So I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. This is a short one. I have throwing around a concept. I have somebody that said that she would come on. We do a different one on being a woman that has been married to a cop, and he's been on for quite a while. He's 10 years on or something, and doing an episode or two of I guess being like married to the badge or whatever, something like that. Talk about from the spouse's perspective of it a little bit. I'm sure that you'll have some funny parts and some non-funny parts, but it's just a thought. I'm working on that, so I'll come back. Weather's been pretty good, so I don't know if I'm going to need more. I need to do a live on Louisiana stuff because there's a shit ton of it. Definitely come back Wednesday for the midweek news. I feel like they are getting better and better and more fun. More funny. Like that. Because I don't think funnier is a word. I'm not sure. They're getting more and more funnier. Let's say anyway. Really enjoying them. Really enjoying all the interaction you listeners are giving us and stuff like that. I know the guys are loving it too. So keep coming back for it. If like I said, email, DM, private message, however you want to do it. You don't have to. If you got any answers, comments, stories on how to turn it off being a first responder, I would love to hear from it because I don't know how to. I don't have a clue. I was thinking about it today too, but I don't have a clue on how to turn it off. So if anybody does, please let me know how to turn it off. So until the next episode or until Wednesday, everybody be safe out there. I am going to put out a episode on the Patreon on some stuff that happened this past week. I wouldn't put it out on here regardless because it's more sensitive, but it should be kind of funny and sensitive. So if y'all want to hear that, you have to join the Patreon. Go check it out. If not, be putting out the regular stuff twice a week at least. So be safe, smile, because I could be behind you. Watch your back and watch your partner's back, and definitely see you back Wednesday. Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.